Port Replicator. Think of a port replicator as a portable expansion strip for your laptop. While it is often confused with its larger cousin, the docking station, the port replicator is a distinct tool designed for mobility and simplicity. For the A+ exam, you must understand that as laptops have become thinner and lighter, they have sacrificed physical ports, like Ethernet jacks and multiple USB slots, to save space. The port replicator replicates those missing ports, allowing a mobile user to connect to various peripherals through a single connection point. Part 1. The purpose and portability of the replicator. The primary goal of a port replicator is port expansion. It is designed for the mobile professional who needs to connect to a projector, a wired network, or a specialized mouse while traveling. Unlike a docking station, which is meant to stay on a desk, a port replicator is small enough to fit in a laptop bag. It essentially acts as a bridge. You plug all your accessories into the replicator, and then you plug the replicator into the laptop. When it's time to head to a meeting, you only have to unplug one cable instead of 5. Part 2. Key differences from a docking station. In a technical interview or on the exam, you may be asked to compare a port replicator to a docking station. There are 3 key differences. First, the power source. A docking station has its own massive power brick that plugs into the wall. It provides enough electricity to charge the laptop and run high-power peripherals. A port replicator usually has no power cord of its own. It is bus-powered, meaning it draws all the electricity it needs directly from the laptop's battery. Second, the connection type. Traditional docking stations often use a proprietary, multi-pin landing strip connector on the bottom of the laptop. Port replicators almost exclusively use standard ports like USB-A or USB-C. Third, the capabilities. Docking stations often include additional hardware, like an extra hard drive bay or a specialized video card. Port replicators are passive. They simply pass through the signals that are already inside the laptop. Part 3. Modern connectivity, USB-C and Thunderbolt. Most modern port replicators use USB-C because USB-C is a universal standard. A single replicator can often work with a MacBook, a Dell, and a Chromebook. Higher-end replicators may support Thunderbolt. These look identical to USB-C, but offer much higher bandwidth. If a user needs to connect a high-speed external SSD and 2 monitors through one tiny hub, they will need a replicator that specifically supports the Thunderbolt standard to handle that much data at once. Part 4. Common ports provided. A typical port replicator brings back the essential ports that modern laptops are missing. Video outputs, usually an HDMI or a VGA port for connecting to monitors and projectors. Ethernet RJ45 provides a stable, wired internet connection, which is often faster and more secure than Wi-Fi. USB-A slots allows for the connection of legacy thumb drives, mice, and keyboards. SD card readers, essential for photographers and videographers to transfer files from their cameras. Part 5. Troubleshooting the replicator. When a port replicator fails, it is usually due to one of 3 things. Power overdraw. Since the replicator pulls power from the laptop, if you plug in too many power-hungry devices, like an external spinning hard drive and a high-end webcam, the laptop might not be able to provide enough juice. This causes the devices to disconnect or behave erratically. Cable fatigue. Because replicators are moved around so much, the internal wiring in the attached cable can fray over time. If the user has to wiggle the cable to make it work, it's time for a replacement. Port speeds. If a user plugs a high-speed device into a replicator that only supports USB 2.0, the device will be bottlenecked and run at a fraction of its intended speed. Summary for the A+ exam. To lock this in for your studies, port replicators expand the number of available ports on a laptop. They are small and portable, unlike larger docking stations. They are typically bus-powered, meaning they draw power from the laptop. They usually connect via USB-C or USB-A. They do not typically offer the high-speed charging or extra hardware found in a full docking station.